All right, everyone, crypto going crazy this morning. I have some price predictions to share with you for Bitcoin price prediction, Ethereum price prediction, SUI price prediction, and then also XRP price prediction as well. I'll give all four of those cryptos, including what you should watch for in the technicals to find out how hopeful we should be and what concerns we should have along the way. And if you guys want to see updated analyses as they come out, there's a link in the description for the Discord. You can click on that link, sign up using code word doctor. It's going to save you 50% off your first month when you sign up for the earner tier. And I'll tell you more about that later in the video. In the meantime, I do want to get into the technicals because that's likely what you came here for. And then we'll talk about that other stuff later. So very first thing, Bitcoin price prediction coming up for you. So check it out. I got it on screen. I'll bring it down here front and center. $134,000 to $137,000, almost $138,000 per BTC. That's if we can really get this run going. Now, something I want to watch for this most recent run that we're on right now for Bitcoin is I'm watching this 111,337. This is the number to get on top of. We failed to stay on top of it back on the 22nd. We really sold off on the 23rd of May, all the way down to about 100,000 and then had a nice strong rebound from that. We got to be really careful to get on top of that. That's a 618 Fibonacci extension level from the most recent run that we've had. If we can clear that and sit on top of it for support, we have room up to 121,000 per BTC. That's the 786. And then we still need to get on top of that. So this might not be a straight run up to these values, but I think that these values that I have shared with you, this price prediction is within 2025. If we're able to get there in a risk on environment. Risk off is going to be a little bit of trouble for us. And then we want to keep the stock market, for example, in that risk environment in mind, that we watch what exactly happens there, because even though it's not directly correlated with what we have going on in the crypto space, there still is that risk sentiment that goes along with it. Right now, when the market's up, crypto is also up. The crypto market is also up. Over to Ethereum. What we're watching for Ethereum is actually about 2792 is that number that we got rejected off of. We hit 2798, so we almost hit $2,800. So we broke the 2747. That's good. Staying on top of that is absolutely critical for the Fibonacci value that we have on here. Also, we finally got a full candle above the 200-day, which at the time being is currently negatively sloped. That's a little bit of a concern for us. But right now, we're still in good shape. As per the RSI, we're up above the 20-day as well. That's also very good. We're up above the 50, also very good. If we can get those crosses happening, those bullish crosses of the moving averages, the 20 over the 200, that's going to be perfect. The 50 over the 200 is even better. So if we're able to stay up here and hold on to 2747 as support, well, then my Ethereum price prediction that comes along with it comes out to, at the low, a $3,000 price tag. But then also we have these two up above 3,500 up to 3,800. So before I had about 3,300, but I do think if we really hit our stride, still within 2025 here, potentially within this run, but we're going to have to watch and see. It might take a little bit of time to get there, but within 2025, I think we have these prices coming out for Ethereum, which is a really decent upside to hit. Let me see, about $1,000 up from where we're at right now. That's going to be like a 35 to 40% gain. So I would call that not so bad at all. If we're able to hit those prices, we do have some resistance along the way, and you guys can look left and you can see the different places where we found over here these peaks and those rejections. We are in a massive spot right now for that resistance to come in. We got to clear that resistance, and volume support is going to help us. We got a little bit of elevated volume these last 2 days, but not necessarily explosive like we've had in the past with some of these other major buys and major sell type moments. So we're definitely looking for that, and we're hitting that right time with monetary policy, with tariff news, with inflation, with GDP, where we could be setting the groundwork for that risk on environment to take place if we hit a final pop going on here, especially before we run into the fall. So I got fingers crossed that it's in the near term, the next month or two, that we start to hit these prices. But I think through 2025, I think is where we're going to see these prices. If they are going to come out, I think that's when it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to take into 2026. We'll watch as things play out from there. Let's get into friend SUI for this one. And my update on this one is not anymore the 497. Instead, I'm going to move that price target up here in front of your eyeballs. Let me actually turn off the magnet on this or it's going to screw it up. Definitely not 397 either. All the way up. There we go, to 546 is the next thing that I'm looking at for price target. with SUI if we can get there. Now, we do have some reasons to be hopeful. If we look at the moving averages right now, we actually have the 5, the 13, and the 50. So green, yellow, and red respectively on here. We actually have the 5 and the 13 crossing, the 13 also crossing the 50 simultaneously. This could be a good moment for us. We are currently in that mix where we had a lot of selling pressure before, we had a lot of buying pressure before. This area right in here around that 350, 355, where we're at right now, all the way up to about 375. This is just an area of chop for us. If we can clear over 418, once again, I'll say if we can clear over 418, that's really going to open us up to be able to hit that price target that I have up here for you, all the way up to 546. We also, above that 418, 419 is that 458, almost 459 that we want to be watchful for as well. So you can see we got that big fat rejection before, but we tried to break out, sold down below it. And you can also see a trend line coming across that way. So there's still some things that we got to watch out for. But if Bitcoin's catching its stride, if Ethereum's catching its stride, SUI should also be able to join that party as well. And then XRP, right now, the thing that you should really be watching is this 200-day that we're still below it, but we crossed above the 20 SMA, the 50 SMA, and we still, I don't see the volume support that I want. That's the one thing that I find concerning about this rise right now, is that I'm waiting for that conviction move that really says, okay, now's the time that we're blasting off. This is that next bullish moment that we're going for. So watch for volume support, whether, I don't care if it's Bitcoin, watch for that volume to come in. Right now, we don't have that same explosive volume like in the past that allows us, and you guys can see the tapering of volume that we have over time. And even if we go out to a weekly chart on Bitcoin, for example, we have some evidence as this climb happened that we had some of that bearish divergence happen as well. So I'm not saying that we can't pop off from here, because I've already put out my sentiment out there that I'm very bullish on what we have coming up for us. It just could mean that in the near term that there might be some time that we might pull back on it before we hit that next big run, that next big rally. That's why I'm giving it all the way out to the end of 2025, because either we make it in this run or we settle for a little while. We give people reasons to shake their hands clean of crypto and kind of pout a lot. The buyers come in, the whales come in, and really start to push things up to that next surge. That's what I'm looking for, and certainly monetary policy can play a big part in that. That as liquidity hits the markets, floods the markets, all the capital markets that are out there, that it should also splash over into crypto and in really outsized ways as well. So let's watch and see what we get during that time. Watch for that volume to come in. Also, while you're in that action mode, find your way to the more button for the description, and also find that link for the Discord. Sign up using code word doctor to get yourself 50% off that first month. See the different trades that are going on over there, whether it's stocks, crypto, bonds, you name it. I'm just one of the panel experts that's over there. There's a whole team of us: Stockmo, Crypto Will, Tensei AI. There's just like I said, the list. Did you go to TMF Permabull is another one that's over there. You can find us. We share our insights, our knowledge, our information, our trades, our technicals, you guys name it. And there's also the bread bot that can tell you when the big moves are coming, whether it's stocks or crypto, doesn't matter. And then also the AI tools, the advanced charting tools. It's like the products and services are seemingly endless. It's an entire ecosystem over there for you for what amounts to less than $1 a day to try it out. And once you do try it out, people stay, man. They just stick around because they love it over there. The community is thousands of members deep already, and you guys can come on over and be part of the party, be part of that support that we have over there to build long-term wealth, to chase down that financial freedom, to build that alpha in our portfolios. And like I said, we got a whole team of people over there, a whole community surrounding each other to help out in that process. Also, while you're looking in the description, find the link for Stockmo Academy. Stockmo, a personal friend of mine, Mrs. Mo as well. They put together these courses that are rock solid for teaching you technical analysis and for trading using the bread recipe, which the bread bot is attached to. So that bread recipe, you can learn it yourself and you can apply it yourself, and you can find out when those big moves are coming up or down. And then options is a nice way to play those movements in either direction. There's a course for options as well. Code word doctor gets you a discount on those courses. Bundling the courses saves you even more on top of using code word doctor. They work together, and guys, it will pay back in dividends of information with what you put into it. And I can't stand by them enough. I can't sing enough of their praises. Let me know what you think about crypto. Let me know what you think about my price predictions. Am I off my nut? Am I completely crazy? Are these too low? Are they too conservative? Or do you think that we're going to go even higher from here? I'd love to hear from you down in the description. Otherwise, guys, down in the comments, in the description. Don't forget about those links. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Remember, my friends, that learning is earning. We'll see you next video.